you never get an opportunity to do it exactly how you want to do it, you know?
Mhm.
So that's kind of what I want to take this opportunity to do. I want to do best of breed cloud Kubernetes for ourselves. I want to do it in the most cost-effective way possible, and I want to enable all the features, all the things.
Right. Click all the buttons and do all the things that in theory we would tell somebody else to do or advise somebody else to do. Eat our own dog food, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Because I mean, we're starting on a journey of developing some internal products, and we need a place to host those products. And like I said, when you're working for existing clients, they have existing tools that they want to take advantage of, whether it's in-house Bitbucket or GitLab or Jenkins or
Get me started on
CloudBees.
GitLab. Don't get me started.
But everyone has existing tools. So when you come in and they say, hey, we want to do Kubernetes, you kind of have to fit that in to what they already have. But you know what? We just provide services as a company today. And since we're going to start developing products, this is our opportunity to create our entire SDLC. And we have other people working on other aspects of that. But what we've chosen, we're going to use GKE. We're going to use Terraform. We're going to use GitHub Actions. And that is basically what the stream is today. I don't know how far we're going to get. We're starting from zero, from scratch, and it's been a while since I've written some Terraform. So bear with me as I look at docs and fumble my way through how to do it again.
Yeah, that's no problem. I mean, and we for any new viewers, and welcome new follower, the White 1989. Fantastic. Welcome. Welcome to the Cloud Native Coffee Hour. On this stream, we are part of the thing that we're doing is providing a service to the world, showing people how to learn. And it's very uncomfortable, but we do it trying to develop that skill, because it is a skill to be able to learn and not feel terrible, because it is very uncomfortable, but it gets easier. So hopefully you get at least that out of this, even if we don't do anything correctly technically. We will eventually. We do it right because we do it twice. Hello, Nick, FYI. Perfect. You'd love to see it.
Okay.
So, yeah, we want to just kick it off? Yeah, I assume you've got some ideas on like where to start in this work center. Are we just going to be clicking buttons, or we want to just kind of document the work center, kind of lay out what the plan is?
Well, I did a little bit of prep.
Okay.
I haven't written any code, but a little bit of prep in terms of approach. So I thought I would go through kind of what I'm thinking of how I guess we could get started. At least just get you up to speed, and then we can talk about how we want to actually do our first iteration.
That sounds fine. Very good. I'll kick it over to the screen share.
Perfect. Alrighty then.
I'm so good at this.
Okay, so we could start with Terraform, or we could start with just clicking the buttons in Google Cloud Platform. I'm okay with either, but let me go over kind of end state, because end state, we want to set up a Terraform pipeline with GitHub Actions, correct?
Yeah.
So, this is the main Terraform module for setting up GKE. It's got a lot of features here. I'm going to go through this my way.
Yep, I'm with you.
I'm not going to go top down. No. So there is an example here. This is an example Terraform thing, file. So we could just start with this and kind of build off from there. So we could just copy and paste this. Basically what it's going to do is it's going to use the Kubernetes provider. You give it your some of your credential type stuff. You point it at your cloud endpoint and all that kind of stuff. Then you call the module GKE, where you tell it your project ID, your region, your zone, your network, all that kind of stuff. You can set things like your IP range for the pods, your horizontal pod autoscaler. Do you want to turn that on or not? Here's where you set up your node pools. And now you and me talked about how we wanted to do the node autoscaling or cluster autoscaling, right?
Could.
Well, right
Save
in
a few
here,
bucks.
cluster autoscaling is one of the features. So, we could start here if we wanted to. If we wanted to just, jump right in and start working on the Terraform, I think we could. You and me like to be a little bit more analytical, though, so we usually like to approach it of, what are we trying to build? What's our end state? So we, go clicky through the GUI, and I think that's valid too. So, yeah. So this is the official documentation, the official module. Some other things I have here. HashiCorp has a tutorial page that we could follow as well for, hey, how do you stand up a GKE cluster with Terraform? And they actually have a, this is like a beginner's 101 tutorial. So we could just walk through this pretty easily. And it goes through a lot of the things that we haven't done in a long time.
Yeah.
Like setting up a Terraform workspace and all that kind of stuff. So that could be good. So we could do that. And then they actually have their, this is the GitHub, this is the code base that tutorial references.
Okay.
And then finally, I have a slightly older blog article that I found for setting up GKE with Terraform. And I think I kind of want to blend all of these because this blog article even talks about how to set up the permissions and everything for Google Cloud, first of all, because there's different service level permissions, like having access to the Google Cloud API, stuff like that. So this blog article goes through how to turn those on, and it also goes through Terraform state and how to set that up with Google Cloud Storage.
Correct. And that is a beautiful thing. I think we did that before too. So this should be good stuff. Definitely.
It's just been a while for me.
It's been a while for me too. Yeah.
It's been like over a year since I've done this. So
it's a dusty work center. And that, that was when we were really scratching the surface on it. That was over a year ago. So I'm feeling really good about a second iteration of this and really building on some of that base knowledge that we went through last year.
So that's kind of all of the stuff I found to do this with. But obviously, it's all focused around Terraform because that's the way we want to do it. So my question to you, where do you want to start? Do you want to start by clicky through the GUI and just get a feel for it? Or do you want to just jump right in? What does chat say?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the familiarity level is with, because here's the problem. We're a little broken. We actually are spoiled. Like, we've actually done a lot of this before, which is good. I don't know what level the chat is at today, or who's all watching, or who's watching in the future. Hello to you. But I would say it's probably fine. Look, we've clicky, and a lot of people who've ever been interested have clicky. Hey, create a GKE cluster, because you just do it, and it's dirt simple. There's 0 options. So I would think that we can just kind of go straight away at working on the Terraform to spin up the cluster, as long as we don't give away our keys and stuff. VR Linux is not here, so he's not going to bust us on that. But like the rest of the internet might care if you like accidentally share a secret key or whatever, That's always the thing I hate about doing these damn streams. But other than that,
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a ping tomorrow at 6 a.m. when he's like, in the afternoon, he's having tea, and I don't get up until like very last minute. I have to be like, hey, loved the stream. You put your kubectl, you put your kube config in stream again, though. You should blur that out. Oh, God damn. Worst nightmare.
All right, let's do it then. Let's do it. All right, well, let's compare. Let's log in to Google Cloud console. And of course, it always chooses my personal account over my devs operative account.
Mm-hmm.
You hate it. You hate to see it. Get rid of that one. Bring this one up. Right. I was doing a demo with this project. I created a project called Rancher. And here's kind of what I'm thinking too. We will be showing a lot of IDs and stuff on the stream. So I'm thinking we use this as just like a working session, and then when we're ready to actually build the real cluster, we'll just do that off stream.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. That, or when we get to that point, we'll just go to the other mode.
What do you mean?
I'll hide the screen. At minimum.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, let's just reuse this Ranch project because I actually like. This wasn't too long ago, maybe a couple months ago. I was standing up a Rancher cluster, and
so it might already be stood up or set up. You mean?
I had to jump through hoops to figure out why I couldn't, why Terraform couldn't create resources in the project I had. But I was running it against a project we created like 3 years ago, and I don't know. Something must have been old. They must have deprecated something because all I did was create a new project from scratch and pointed the Terraform at that, and that one worked just fine. So this project should be good to go.
Okay.
So, I think I want to use this. Optional GKE nodes, a node pool, blah, blah, blah. So when I was reading the guide here from Terraform, this one talks about is it at the top here? So the GKE is a fully managed Kubernetes service for deploying, managing, and scaling containerized applications like Google Cloud. In this tutorial, you will deploy a 2-node, separately managed node pool GKE cluster using Terraform. This GKE cluster will be distributed across multiple zones for high availability.
Bonus.
Then you will configure kubectl, blah, 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 blah. Google Cloud charges about 10 cents per hour management fee for each GKE cluster, in addition to the cluster's resources costs. 1 zonal cluster per billing account is free. As a result, you may be charged to run these examples. The most you should be charged should only be a few dollars, but we're not responsible for any charges that may incur. This example configuration provisions a GKE cluster with 2 nodes, so it's under the default in-use addresses quota. This configuration should be used as a learning exercise only. Do not run a 2-node cluster in production.
It's a managed control plane. What do they care?
Yeah, I know. I feel like that's weird too.
Don't use the 2-node cluster in prod. Why? Maybe I only need that. Hashy. See, yeah, maybe we are supposed to hate HashiCorp. I'm just kidding. We love HashiCorp.
Yeah, I guess I don't understand why they said that. I get it if we were standing up a actual Kubernetes cluster with a control plane, but we're not.
I mean, maybe they're just thinking, hey, if you want high availability of your pods, and you were setting up anti-affinity of your pods, and you create 2 nodes, and maybe you're clustering I don't know. Who cares? Who cares what they're thinking in this stupid tutorial? Big brain.
Here you will find 4 files used to provision a VPC, subnets, and a GKE cluster. VPC.tf provisions a VPC and a subnet. A new VPC is created for this tutorial so it doesn't impact your existing cloud environments and resources. GKETF provisions a GKE cluster and a separately managed node pool, which is recommended. Separately managed node pools allow you to customize your Kubernetes cluster profile. This is useful if some pods require more resources than others. You can learn more here. The number of nodes in the node pool is defined and also defined here. Terraform.tf_vars is a template for the project ID and region variables. Versions.tf sets the Terraform version. Cool. So,
Okay.
we're going to update the Terraform TF vars with the project ID and the region. We will, you can use gcloud to get that. Initialize the Terraform workspace, then provision. Something else I read, and maybe it's in their repo here.
Man, I have a question too. Once you're done with that,
Go ahead. What's your question?
where is this? Just assuming that we have the gcloud CLI up and running and authenticated. Is that how Terraform uses auth? Does it just use what's in gcloud or what's in your
That's
local
correct.
workspace? Okay.
That's correct. For this tutorial, you will need a GCP account, a configured gcloud SDK, and
Okay.
kubectl.
So if you ran like gcloud status or whatever, how would you check your prerequisites then? Gcloud. Oh, hit enter a few times. I don't see anything in your thingy yet. I just see your mouse in the middle of the. Yeah, let's go. Must be clipped off the top. Oh, I can fix that. I'm the producer. Keep going.
Yes, you can. Gcloud status? Is that a command? It is not a command. Gcloud.
Yeah, I know. Gcloud login.
I believe I'm already logged in. Aha, there we go. Gcloud info. Oh. Ooh. My gcloud was out of date. I'm updating right now.
Roger. Yeah, some Zoom. If you would command ++ a couple. Is being requested. More? People are blind in the chat, Makita. You know, people have needs.
No, you're good. You're good. Is that better?
Samwise. He screamed at you. Yes.
Beautiful.
He is also legally blind.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Sam?
Blind as a bat.
Huh. You should look into LASIK.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Sam.
I can attest.
I should do it. How do I crop
like
this stupid thing? I don't want to talk about LASIK right now. How do I crop this thing? Uncrop.
You hold down Alt.
I did that.
And then grab the edge and just drag it.
Oh my gosh. Going.
All right.
Sam says no way for LASIKs. I'm kind of in that camp. I don't want to talk about it though. Why did I bring it up?
Please remove the following There are other instances of Google Cloud Tools on your system path. Please remove the following to avoid confusion. I hope I don't screw up my environment right now during stream. I'm just gonna do what it's telling me to. Patience. So I'm deleting G-Cloud. Great.
But it's running out of your downloads. That's a big problem. So yeah, I'm sure maybe you, well, must have put it in your downloads at one point. And then you also installed it with Brew. If you do which G-Cloud, now that you've deleted it, hopefully it comes out of Brew and not downloads.
Hey, it still works. You'll love to see it.
Easy.
Yeah, and it looks like I am all logged in, which is beautiful. Okay.
Okay.
I'm at the top of my terminal. Can you see my cursor?
No, and I can't get the silly whatever crop to like anti-crop. Oh my God. Yeah, we're good now.
Okay. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is we are going to we're gonna go to here. We're gonna do a git clone. Oops. Well, dag nabbit, as they say. Code, copy, git clone, boom. Okay, learn. So we're just going to use this repo as a starting point. I think they did some favors for us with the node pool stuff and the VPC stuff. So I kind of want to just take advantage of that as a starting point, and then we can modify the GKE.tf with some of the other features that we want to enable. But why don't we just try running this as is and make sure that we don't run into any issues with authentication and all that kind of stuff.
Beautiful.
Also, obviously, we don't have Terraform state set up yet in the cloud, but it's it'll just be local for now. So
yeah,
we'll just
we're
just gonna go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I need a 2. Wonderful. Of course I did that. Of course.
Now, while you're doing that, I will say, man, you have helped me so much in setting up my terminal over the years. Like, I would be but a lowly plebe if it wasn't for your help. And your terminals are the best terminals.
It's been a long time. I don't. I
know.
I don't command line. I don't do as much work as I used to in terms of like.
That's like
hands-on, you know. I do a lot of talking. I do a lot of architectural diagrams and a lot of that type of stuff. So I have not kept up on my dot files, unfortunately. And you know, the thing is, I read constantly, as an aside, I read constantly about NeoVim. Passionate NeoVim user. I have actually, like, I paid like $5 every month to them for like several years. Love NeoVim. And in the last year or so, they implemented, they kind of ripped out the core of Vim with Vim script, and they replaced it with Lua. And so like it's just they completely revamped it. There's so many powerful plugins now, and they do crazy good things. I've been wanting to do it, and actually I have it running with NVim, which is why it's not working, because I never spent the time to actually get it like perfect.
Gotcha.
So my terminal's gonna look like shit. Here we go. Learn. Clear. ls. Vim. Terraform. PFRs. Why is it not working?
Just do VI.
Getting there.
Foxy always
Learn.
just had me use VI.
Vim.
Maybe.
There we go. Project ID. What's our project ID? It is this. Okay, we'll save that for now. Let's do a gcloud info. We are set up to point at US East 4B.
You're doing great. And just so you know, I've had to ban like 3 people for throwing shade in the chat today. It's been beautiful. Beautiful. Ban hammers, baby. No, I see the check. Just keep typing. You're doing great. Don't worry about the people. I'll tell you what you need to know.
Huh.
Huh. No, there was legit like a spam dude, and he got hit by the ban hammer. He's out of here. Even though we appreciate the view. Get out of here.
US East 4. Okay. There we go.
Easy.
So let's go back to the tutorial here. Okay. So we want to do a Terraform. Replace that. Good. Okay, so we are here. Terraform and it. Let's do it.
Yes. Could you bump up the volume a little bit there? The old plus button. Yeah. Turns out everyone on the internet is blind. Perfect.
There we go. Okay, so it is knitted. So now we are going to do a Terraform apply.
We want to do plan.
Yes. I don't know why their guide doesn't say that.
Yeah. That's because their guide isn't as smart as we are. Okay. Okay. Dude.
Let's go.
Yep.
You are now authed. This is not a very, like... The fact that this is their page of, like, confirming that you've been authed. It looks like a doc page.
It's like some engineer set up this workflow.
Terraform plan. Boom!
Let's go.
There we go. So we're going to do a Terraform apply. Auto approve.
What's the auto approve? Oh, what,
so
yes for whatever?
Exactly. So we're just iterating. I mean, all it's going to do is show me the same plan that we just printed out. So I'm just going to do an auto approve here. Save myself a couple keystrokes.
And now we just
and
sit
away
back.
we go. We sit back and we watch it happen. And since I can see my own screen here on this screen, I'll just watch it happen while looking at the camera.
Man, I was prepared with so many like not technical stories if this didn't work. Because we've been so busy lately. So busy.
I have, yes, we have. But that's what that means business is good, right?
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that. I don't see a couple normal people in the stream, or else I'd be talking about a couple other fun activities that have happened over the last week or two. But we didn't stream last week, did we? So, you know.
We didn't.
Yeah, I know. Where's Lavish? That's what I was saying.
Okay. So we've got an error here. Google API error 400. Failed precondition when calling the service consumer manager. Should enable service container googleapis.com before generating a service account.
Huh.
Okay.
Seems like RBAC.
Okay. Let's see if we can fumble our way through this.
But I mean, the Terraform is trying to set up RBAC for itself a little bit, right? It's like your account should be super admin or close. Let me Google that. Did you leave that up there?
I'm gonna Google it too.
Interesting. Oh.
Service accounts. I have a Terraform service account here.
Okay. What was the error again? I'm sorry. Could you pull it up just one more time? Huh. So it's not container registry, it's container? Right.
Okay, let me try this. Enable the service. Should enable service container.
Container googleapis.com. It's not container registry. This is container.
Service config not found. We said we were going to be stumbling through this. This one's taking longer. Hey, that worked. All right, let's try it again.
Yeah, what is container.googleapis.com?
I don't know.
Google container. I mean, I assume it's not container like a container image. It seems like a organizational unit of GKE land, right?
I would guess. I mean, the fact that it's like a .googleapis.com makes me feel like it's a brain farting. You know, the thing that like a package. It's a package.
Yeah.
Like in code, you know how you have to put all your class files in different packages.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking good, looking good. Yeah, and when I stood up the Rancher cluster, it actually stood that up using RKE2. So it wasn't actually doing it with GKE, and that didn't require this permission, but that's because it was standing up actual VMs and everything.
Gotcha.
So makes sense to me.
Sam's saying registry, and it's like I think there's a difference between container registry and this, but man, it feels close. I'm trying to find. Number of nodes, 3. That's what we got.
So what is this? Node count 2.
2?
2. All right, let's go back here. Kubernetes engine, clusters. Hey, there it is.
That's 3, right?
It does say 3. The number of nodes is estimated by the number of compute VM instances because the Kubernetes control plane did not respond, possibly due to a pending upgrade. So it's an estimate right now.
Interesting.
And we wait.
Because we're kind of reusing this bucket a little bit, right? So maybe it's like, hey, I don't see anything new yet, but.
And like I said, once we figure out exactly, hey, I think it's up.
Okay. So weird. It's gonna break my brain trying to go from vanilla kube to what they want you to do in here as a customer of GKE. I am open and curious.
So some of the things that, if we wanted to take notes, I don't know, because honestly, this is a working session. Are you willing to take some notes for me here?
Willing. I love how people keep saying, this is not just you. Asking people if they're willing to do it, like literally somebody else did. I'm completely triggered. Of course I'm willing. I think somebody asked that at work the other day. Would they be willing to help? No, I don't want to help at work. Sorry. It really bothered me. And,
Sorry.
I had too much Jagger. Would you be willing?
I asked that because you're also producing, so I didn't know if it'd be an inconvenience.
Yeah, kind of would be. But
okay, the thing
it's
is,
on stream. We'll just watch the VOD. Have Sam do it.
Actually, I have 2 computers going. I can take notes over here while this thing is running.
This chat is like so unwieldy. I've had to ban like 20 people. So.
Okay. Really? I see you banned 1 person.
Hell yeah. And actually Sam banned him.
Okay, I'm gonna take some notes here. Where do I want to take notes? I feel like we need just like a notes section.
I mean, I don't know if you need to, because we're going to destroy it like a billion times. You just want to take the note of the error that we got there? That one?
No, while we're waiting, I thought we could take notes on what we want to add. So what was going through my head was, hey, yeah, we got this Terraform working. It created a GKE cluster, but we want to put Rancher server in there, right? To be able to set up auth and to have that dashboard for our clusters. That's one of my goals.
You're talking about all the add-ons, like what to do once all this is set up.
Exactly. So, one of the things we're going to have to add using Terraform is probably Argo CD.
Yeah, this gets into a really gray area, doesn't it?
We install Argo CD using Terraform, and then we apply the main seed using Terraform, at which point Argo CD would install Rancher Server, Loki, maybe.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Maybe. Well, I can't wait to get into it, because we went down this road last year, and it's all coming back to me. And well, I'll just share my experience trying to use Terraform to do Helm installs or any sort of Kubernetes cluster install, while is completely makes sense. Like, oh, I want my automation platform, which I'm using Terraform, so let's have Terraform put up my initial thing that I got to do like once, in theory. You say you think once. Hey, have it install Argo CD. The second that you make, or my experience has been, the second that you make changes to, or you want to make changes to Argo CD, it's immediately not great to do with Terraform. Like, are you going to update their values file for Argo and do a Helm update and then rerun your Terraform with it? Like, it got a little weird, basically, in a few use cases that I did. And so that's, well, I'll share that with you. But the idea of, hey, let's use Terraform and then seed the cluster so that I can do a bunch of other things.
What about I've never done this. I don't know if it's possible. What if we took, we get this going, we get the GKE cluster exactly how we want it. We set up our GitHub actions.
Yeah.
With the Terraform workflow where, it does a Terraform plan on a feature branch, and then whenever you merge it to master, it actually does the apply, right? All that shit.
Yeah.
And if the merge to master and Terraform apply is successful, it kicks off another GitHub action, which utilizes the kubectl to install Argo CD.
Yeah. Or some other script, or yeah. I'm with you on that, because I mean, we want it to be automated. You don't want to run it from one person's machine, or even in some shared Docker CLI that we developed together or whatever. Which I need to open source that. Sorry, VR. I promised you I would. I still will. I'm 100% with you, but I'm definitely of the mind, like, Terraform is for your infra, and it's really good at that. And trying to manage that state is like hard enough for it. And that's it. I kind of draw the line. I try to draw the line there.
Theoretically, this is something that you'd use like Ansible for at this point, the configuration management, but it's not really, I feel like this is just a gray area, like it's not really
Totally.
Configuration necessarily.
Totally. I know,
it's almost like, hey, here's a one-line bash that installs Argo CD, and then Argo CD takes off from there.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyways, it's done. Excellent.
It says 6 nodes. Oh, because it's 2 nodes per pool, and it's in 3 regions, or 3 zones. Let's go. Oh, there goes $100 you'll never get back. I'm just kidding.
So it put 2 nodes in each zone?
Let's check it out. Let's check out the Terraform. Right? Thanks, HashiCorp. They did warn us. They're like, we're not responsible for any money. I'm just kidding.
Okay, GKE. Number of nodes, 2.
Mm-hmm.
Google Container Node Pool, separately managed node pool. Okay. They're going to be in this region.
That's true.
Node count.
They're in US East 4, but there's 3 node zones. East Force, A, B, and C. It must be like this is a default thing that you just get.
Interesting. Look at this note here. We can't create a cluster with no node pool defined, but we want to only use separately managed node pools. So we create the smallest possible default node pool and immediately delete it.
Huh.
Seems like a little bit of a hack. I was kind of expecting... So, I mean, separately managed node pool.
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting to see something that, hey, I'm going to run this 3 times or whatever, you know?
Right.
I don't see where it's defining the node pools.
Right. That's why it feels like it might be a default of the Google API that it's interfacing with. So it might not even be a Terraform thing. It might be, well, Google's API is going to do this. What happens if you do a Terraform? How do we view the output? We can view the output, and it should have like all of the things.
This is the output right here.
Do you have the state file? Do you do an ls? Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully this doesn't have anything juicy in it. There you go.
There it is, node locations.
And then, yeah. Huh. Okay.
Where's that set up?
Yeah, is that just in the, sorry. Seems like that was a high level property where it was just kind of outputting. Node pool. Yeah, it created 3 instance groups, which then have zones. Huh.
There you go.
Oh, there she is anyway. Cool.
Yeah, this is a 6 node cluster.
Yeah.
Beefy
What
boy.
were they talking about? Don't have a 2 node cluster. Google says, hold my jack will go. Give you 6.
There's so much stuff in here, and I have no idea what it is.
Well, I don't even know why they let you see it, to be honest. Like, if you're not supposed to do anything to it, well, don't give it to me.
It'll be fun to play. I mean, I know.
Yeah.
I know what most of the stuff is. I don't know what these are. CSI.
Storage. Persistence interface or whatever.
Yeah, it must be some kind of. It must be like their proprietary version of Rook.
Storage classes. Yeah. Yeah, it's something like that. It might be. There you go. PD.
Premium.
Make sure we have our guys only use the standard. Let's delete the premium. I'm just kidding.
Cool. Event exporter. See, I don't know what connectivity agent is. This other stuff I can guess. I know what this L7 default backend is. This is their implementation of load balancer for the type service.
Okay.
You got the metric server, DNS autoscaler. I know what kubedns is. I didn't know they had another deployment called autoscaler, so that's interesting. So there's definitely some new stuff in here that's Google specific, but I would love to dig into each one and figure out what they do. What time is it? 5:02.
Yeah, that's a working demo. Matt, remember the last time we tried to demo stuff on stream? It was terrible.
So this is what's going through my head for next steps. One is, we could tear this down and then run through the other demo, the one that's provided as a part of the module itself, which that one doesn't do anything with VPCs or node pools. So that one would probably just stand up like a 1 or 2 node cluster in a single node pool on the default VPC.
Or the default node pool?
Default VPC. Because by default, when you run something against your thing, it unless you create a separate VPC for it, it just puts it in the default virtual private network.
Okay.
Anyways, so we could do that, tear this down, try the other one, see what that looks like.
Okay.
And it is pretty cool that they're in different.
So yeah, which Terraform did we use? We used the HashiCorp one?
Correct.
And you're saying we could try the other one, which is
like the Google one, basically.
Oh. Definitely. I'm with you. That makes a ton of sense. I'd love to see what Google thinks its Terraform should look like.
Do you want to try that real quick?
Yeah, if you want.
If you have,
you're gonna have to burn like a few
late.
minutes to. We started late, but we're gonna have to burn a few minutes tearing down and then trying to set up.
I'm gonna do it right now.
It's your call.
Let's do this. Terraform. Destroy. It's coming down. Okay, and while that's happening, let me go over here to this guy. And
I'd love to just do the side by side of these. Like what?
So I'm gonna try this one here real quick. We'll just call this GKE Terraform. And then I'll just do a them GKE.tf. And I'll paste it. And then the project ID here is this. Paste. Colon. %G. No. %S. Slash. Project. Underscore. ID. Slash. /G. There we go.
Very good. Everybody's clapping. Everybody's clapping and pogging.
I do, I do my
Hey, did you get a haircut this week? Looks good.
Thank you. I decided to try a fade this time.
Fantastic.
Okay. So let's see the state here. Still destroying.
While that's happening, I posted in the chat too. I was just kind of looking around on all these amazing things that you get when you buy this wonderful service. And one of them is there's just a little icon and it says protect new. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Protect my cluster. That's awesome. And it is Container Security API, Google Container Security API. And if you learn more, it's basically like Trivy stuff, except via Google. Oh, hello, new follower. Who am I? Unknown. Welcome. And if you would like to be banned, try and spam our chat. Or say hi and not be banned. And we'll love you forever.
All right, let's see. Looks good to me. Except for those zones probably aren't correct. Let me do. What zone are we in?
We
again?
were in
Do you remember?
East.
East 4.
I mean, Central seems like it'd be fine because that's like Chicago, isn't it? Don't they run that out of Chicago?
Yeah.
Or maybe Kansas City.
Oops. The problem is that you have to set. I believe you have to set your G Cloud.
We're US East 4.
Okay.
Or we were.
So let's do :
Oh, and look at
%S.
Node locations, C and B. Huh. Well, they
Central
have
1.
They have 3 zones in that.
East 4. There we go.
And you might want to change East 4F to East 4C. I don't know if they have an F, but they definitely have a C because that's where our other nodes were.
Roger. East.
Oh, it looks like it's not even going to put it in the node, or we don't have the node pool will not be an F, but there is an F. Disk type standard, yeah.
Try again. That looks way better.
Nice.
Well, let's see what happens this time.
Okay. Anyway,
so the way.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh.
Oh no. Ooh. It's weird. US East 4. 0-1. That was that was what was just in there?
It was central.
Oh really?
Let's just take a look at our subnetworks. What do we have? But there is a US Central one in here.
There's also US East 4.
And then there's a custom one.
Shouldn't that have been deleted?
It's working on it.
Ooh. Subnet US East 401.
Right, so it didn't create a separate one. So let's just let's do this. Just for now, right? We're gonna try that. I don't know if that'll work. We'll give it a shot.
All right.
It didn't like that. Okay.
Interesting. 2 tutorials, 2 very different stand-up GKE Terraform files. And by very different, I mean different enough. It's kind of interesting. There's a lot to be learned out of that diff. Yeah, it's strange that they want you to, that you have to update all of those other little bits. You'd think that there would be a little bit more inheritance there.
Yeah. What if I do this? I'm going to try this one last thing. Network. What's the network?
Yeah, does it assume that you have one created already? And the other Terraform, we built our own.
Oh,
Built our
okay,
own isolated.
I got this.
So
Let
yeah,
me try this real quick.
maybe the Google one is not as isolated or all-encompassing. Maybe it's literally like, hey, here's just the GKE for just GKE, and you got to plug in a lot. And by a lot, I mean dependencies.
Yeah, it doesn't look like this one has all of the other features, like you're saying.
Okay.
Let's see that. I have a feeling this will work.
Okay.
Nope. I failed. Okay.
Not a problem.
So I'm going to stop. I think we should stop here.
Yeah, that feels good. I mean, this is where you start to get into it, and it's like, okay. You're going to really start to peel the onion.
I think I see what I did wrong. This is my last try.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's my last try. Didn't work. We will move on from here. So for the stream, thank you for watching. We are going to continue working on this over the week, and maybe next week we'll show you what we did. Maybe we'll have a more of a final product ready to go for next time, and maybe we'll even have like the Terraform state files being uploaded, and we can kind of walk through what we did there. I want to get to the GitHub Actions part, but
He's so ambitious. Also, I hope everyone has had a wonderful time today, and I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday weekend for those in the United States of America, because it's a holiday weekend, and holidays are for hacking, if you want to.
cool. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Watching what, Dan? What are they watching?
They're watching the Cloud Native Coffee Hour, sponsored by coffee.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful evening. I will talk to you all next week.
Bye-bye.